Hello and welcome to Miami 7 Memories. I am Paul Lewis.
And I'm Alfie Wise.
Otherwise known as Marvin Bellotti.
And Howard Borlotti.
From the iconic series Miami 7, where the whole S Club 7 phenomenon started, right?
Absolutely.
And why are we doing this? Well, because we're old and we have nothing else to do.
Speak for yourself, Marvin.
Sorry.
Oh, I think I hurt myself.
So it's been 15 years since we've done Miami 7. Can you believe that?
No, I can't. It's really hard to believe. It seems like not nearly that long ago.
You look fantastic.
Well, thanks. So do you, my friend.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, nothing that a little bit of a just for men hair dye can't handle, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
But you don't look a day over 80.
Well, thanks a million. I'm not a day over 80.
No, you look fantastic.
Thanks,
really.
Paul.
And I see you're wearing your same shirts from...
You know, it's fun. I've been wearing these shirts for 40 years. I took a liking to them way back before I even got into the film industry. I find them colorful. I was always attracted to the tropical climate locations. Right. So this is just a natural outgrowth of that.
It's like a natural chick magnet too, right?
Well, I don't know about that. I've managed to remain single my entire life.
But still a magnet.
Still a magnet.
Now
I'm a doctor.
For the IRS.
Yeah.
So we're going to answer your questions gathered from our great friends at sclability.net and also from sclubmedia.net and also our new Facebook fan page that we created. The Miami 7 fan page.
I understand some of the kids are writing in, kids, I call them, I guess now they're in their 20s and 30s.
That's right.
Writing in and want to know a little behind the scenes chatter.
That's right.
We might be able to share with them, and
so,
I'm anxious to do that.
We're going to take your questions. We'll give you a little shout out as well. So let's get right to the questions. All right. Our first question is from Nathan Beavan. Nathan, how you doing, buddy?
Hi, Nate.
All right. Nathan wants to know, and I'm sure everybody wants to know, what was it like working with S Club 7?
Wow, me first?
Sure, why not?
They were incredibly talented kids, and I say kids, they were kids, 16, 17, 18 years old.
Oh, yeah. I think the youngest at the time was John. He was only 16.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
And then Paul and Tina were 22.
And came across the sea, 3,000 miles to star in a television series, and I don't think at the time, I'm pretty sure they had never really done any episodic television.
That's right. I think only Paul and Hannah had some acting experience when they were kids. They were doing a lot of theater, but the rest of them really didn't have much acting experience.
And film is entirely different, as you know, than stage.
That's right.
It's very technical. Hit your marks, make sure you're clear, no shadows, none of that stuff. And they caught on so very quickly. It really surprised me. And at the time, I had done a number of films and knew what they were getting into, but they caught it first time, first take, let's go.
And from day one, they were really, really respectful to me and Alfie and to the tech people, the people on the set, the crew.
Absolutely. Kind, considerate.
Very kind.
And really, they were like sponges, because this is it was a whole new world for them. The lights and the cameras and the angles. Yeah. And they got it first time.
And by the way, we're not getting paid to do this, so we could easily lie and tell you that they were horrible to work with, but really they were wonderful to work with.
They were really wonderful to work with.
Yeah.
They made our job so much easier because they got it first time. And interestingly enough, Polly and I worked 6 days a week. It was a 6-day shoot. We shot Monday through Saturday. But the kids, on Sundays, while Polly and I were off, resting on the beach, they were in the studio recording the music that was played throughout the show. So they worked a 7-day work week.
And not only that, while we were working and we were doing our scenes, they were also called into meetings with management.
Yes.
They were learning their dance routines. They were constantly working. So they really had their
well,
work cut out for them.
Did the people know that Tina was also the choreographer?
That's right. Well, you all know that. Tina actually helped choreograph a lot of, they had a main choreographer, and Tina helped choreograph a lot of the routines. So they all had their input. So good question, Nathan. Thank you.
Thanks, Nate.
The next question is from Tina Conessa. Hello, Tina.
Hey, Tina. How are you?
Tina wants to know, have you ever filmed a long scene that was finally cut out of the series, and can you describe what the scene was?
Oh, I hate that word, cut.
Yeah,
I hate that.
Well, you know what? There were two versions of the show. One was called S Club 7 in Miami, and that aired in the United States, and the other one was called Miami 7, which, as you know, aired in the UK and abroad. And there actually was a scene that wasn't in the American version. Do you remember the scene? It was the episode called The Blue Chevy, where Howard sells S Club.
Oh yeah,
car.
the old classic
That's
car.
right.
Yes.
And you said, I don't know, $500, and then and they said, okay, we'll talk about it. Well, they went off camera, and then they come back, and then they pay you. Well, in the UK, they go off camera and they do a haka scene. You know what a haka is?
I really don't. Tell me about it. What is it?
A haka
What
is like a war cry that they do. Like I think the
Tongolese people?
Yeah, Tonga, the people from the island of Tonga. Tongolese, is that
He
what it
knows
is? I don't know.
everything. He knows everything. I have no clue.
Well, you know, it pays to get a college
There
education.
you go. It does.
But anyway, they did a haka scene, and we were instructed to react as if we were scared off camera.
Frightened. Yes.
Yeah, and I
do remember that.
They filmed the haka scene on a different day, so we had no idea what we were reacting to.
Yes, and
Yeah.
we were getting paid, so we didn't even ask.
That's right. We didn't argue with our director. You know, we just acted stupid and made the goofy faces. But in the UK scene, in the UK version, they did add that scene. So yeah, there's an example. Good question, Tina. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina.
Okay, our next question is from Katie Huss. Hello, Katie.
Hey, Kate.
Katie wants to know, have you guys ever mixed up S Club 7's names since there were so many of them?
Ooh.
Wow. Well, you know, the first couple of days, it was a little hard to get used to all these names. Yeah.
First couple of days. How about first few weeks? I'm a little older than Polly, so it was harder for me, I think.
Interesting enough, though, Howard really never got their name straight, did he?
No, never got it
You
straight.
would call them names like what?
Howard was very smart. There was the blonde kid.
Didn't you call him like short kid, long-haired kid, tall
long-haired
kid,
yeah.
other kid, you know?
So much easier than names. All you
yeah.
gotta do is look at them, and it's self-explanatory.
Yeah. What'd you say your name was, by the way?
Huh? My name?
Yeah.
Oh, Howard, that's right.
Good question, Katie. Thank you.
Thanks, Kate.
Okay, our next question is from Claudioso Asai Tunoso, and I hope I said your name correct, Claudioso. Claudioso, how you doing?
Hey, Claude.
Good. Good. It's safer to say Claude.
Yeah, indeed.
That's easier. Okay, which anecdote is the one you remember the most while filming with S Club 7? I remember a very embarrassing moment.
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah,
That was the first time you met the
That's
kids.
right, you remember that.
I
Yes, I
remember
was
that.
very embarrassed. Well, the first time I ever met S Club 7, see, we shot the episodes out of sequence. All the scenes were shot out of sequence. So the very first scene I ever shot was one where I had to be in my underwear or my boxer shorts, or I don't know what you call it overseas, my briefs.
Yes,
I don't know.
indeed.
And, that's right. And it was a scene where Howard loses Marvin's clothes in a poker game.
Howard did things like that a
Yeah.
lot to poor Marvin.
And I was in the dressing room in my underwear, and S Club 7 walks in, all of them, and that's the first time I ever met them. So I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm Paul Lewis, I'll be working with you. And there I am, a middle-aged man standing with a bunch of teenagers in my underwear.
And we're all dressed, of course. You know, Howard never lost his own clothes
Yeah.
in poker games.
Yeah. So their first impression of you had your clothes on.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, it was very frightening. In fact, they're still getting therapy as a result of this very day. Good question, Claude.
Thanks for asking.
Those were excellent questions.
They were, and it brings back a lot of wonderful memories.
Yeah, yeah. We had a great time doing the show, and we're so glad we can share it with people who enjoyed those days as much as we enjoy those days as the actors on the show.
Absolutely, and it's really heartwarming because, you know, when we shoot these shows, we shoot them months before you see them, and there is no audience. So the very idea of you asking these questions to us, you know, reinforces for us the fact that you were watching, number one, and that apparently you were enjoying it very much, almost as much as we were enjoying doing it. So thanks.
By encouraging our behavior, you're helping to keep the S Club party going, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so thanks a lot. If we haven't gotten to your question in this video, we'll get to it in the other videos that we're going to be posting in the next few weeks. But in the meantime, please remember to like our Facebook fan page, the Miami 7 fan page. The link is in the description. Also follow us on Twitter and on Instagram and all that fun stuff. Those links are there too. Thanks again. We have to get going now, right?
You're doing more questions?
Yeah, we're going to be doing more questions.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, well, he's old.
I am a little bit older.
Mwah!
We'll see you guys. See you soon.
See ya.